state of mind. It's that place where you lose yourself and you find yourself. You don't know it yet, but you got it right there.
What is happening, guys? So as you can tell, we got a brand new tripod. Unfortunately, this is my third. Not that that's really good to brag about, but I always misplace it, lose it. It's a pretty cheap one. Cheap cost, but not cheap quality. I really do love this one. It's like when you collapse it, looks like a nice lightsaber, and then when you open it up, it busts open a tripod. It looks really minimalistic, you know, so it's pretty cool. I think I've recommended it to a lot of people, but nonetheless, so we're in the midst of meal prepping right now. I had just finished up cooking some fajita mix right here, my own fajita mix. We have some bell peppers, a little bit of mixed vegetables, was like green beans, corn, and carrots, and then we have asparagus. Asparagus being the main thing, as you can see in there, because it's really good for de-bloating, detoxing, and getting rid of like excess water. So being on low carb, right? Eventually after like the third or fourth day of going low carb consistently, you're going to start releasing water, right? Glycogen stores, right? Because you're not having as much carbs. So there's no need to have that glycogen. So you kind of get a little leaner, you lose some weight, right? Because you're losing that water. To help with that and excess water, I'm definitely prone to holding on to water. So to manage that weight and water retention, I make sure to have asparagus. Asparagus is good to me. Only downside that I know a lot of people don't like for whatever reason is your pee stinks, or smells. I should say stinks, but it does smell. And that means it's working, right? Your kidneys are working. The, excuse me, the asparagus is working because it's getting rid and it's helping clear up your insides, basically. So next we got on the docket is eggs. This is a bit of a cheat code, kind of. So just as far as volume, getting more protein for a little bit less calories. I do about 4 eggs and then about a cup of egg whites. I feel like that is probably standard amongst like bodybuilders, but most people might do like 1 whole egg and a cup of egg whites. But we are doing, that's the last egg actually right there. 4 eggs, and then we'll do a carton or half a carton of egg whites. So, definitely have to go to the store later, but this is what I get. When you go to Sam's Club, you get a whole, I think it's like 8 cartons, right? So, in 1 carton, I do know you have about two cups of egg whites, if I'm not mistaken. So, we got our measuring cup right here. This is 1 cup. Boom. I think this is 1 cup. It's a half a cup. I'm stupid. So we'll be doing this twice. Boom. And then we whisk it, right? I always like whisking it because, I don't know, makes the eggs look nice and milky and smooth and buttery once you put it on the pan. Plus a lot of good chefs, whether you're making scrambled eggs or omelets, right? They always scramble the eggs, whether it's, they'll crack 3 eggs into a bowl, scramble it, put a little bit of salt, pepper in it, all right? Maybe a little bit of milk to make it buttery, and then they'll put it on the pan. Always want to have your pan on medium heat, right? So it's nice and crisp as soon as it hits. You'll know this because once you put it on the pan, I'll make a bit of a sizzling sound. And as you guys can tell, we got, all right, ready? Listen. Sizzle. All right, we'll be right back. All right, so we are officially done with the meal prep. So all of this right here, except for our bonus meal today, because today we're doing an upper body workout. This is probably an extra, we'll say 300 calories, give or take. It's stuffed up bell pepper with a little bit of like pasta. Carbing up today because I need a little bit of carbs for weightlifting. So I essentially doing carb cycling, if that makes sense, right? On my weightlifting days, I'm going to be having between 100 grams of carbs And then on pretty much I only lift 3 days a week, and then the other days are my cardio, whether it's super like speed running, tempo running, or long distance running. I'll probably have anywhere between 50 grams of carbs, right? But typically, besides that extra 50 grams of carbs that's right there, this is going to be the standard. So I fast because I work the night shift, right? I work 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Excuse me. I basically, when I wake up around 2 p.m., give or take, right? I fast until about 7 p.m. I'll eat 2 hours before when I work out, which is at 9 p.m. I'll have like a small little meal to give me a little bit of energy for the workout, and then I'll go work out, I'll come back, and then I'll break my fast essentially by having a big meal, which is about 9 ounces of steak with the mixed fajitas that I showed you guys earlier. And then we got the rest of it in here, which is gonna be the eggs that I was cooking up as well. So we'll have that. We'll have some fruit as well, assorted fruit, which is gonna be either oranges, they're in season right now where I'm at. So oranges is gonna do, apples, I love apples, and bananas, that's another one. Then about maybe 2 hours of eating that. So I'll have this meal typically between 1 or 2 a.m., right? Post my workout. I'll have a workout protein shake as well, which is like another 100 calories, 30 grams of protein. And then about maybe 4 a.m., I'll have like my little snack, my sweet treat. I love this. I made it on accident, and I've just stuck with it for the last like 5 days, and I just love it. So it's gonna be your typical Oikos, like your vanilla Greek yogurt, and then you have like this Power Punch one here. This is like 25 grams of protein. Literally tastes like sour cream. I will be making Mexican tacos with this because it's sour cream basically. High protein sour cream, but that'll be a different video. But I'll do one of the little servings of Oikos. Here, I'll show you guys right now. You guys don't get confused. So it's basically one of these in there, and then about 100 grams, 140 grams in here, this little small container. Then I'll put a little bit, like 10 grams. It's just really for like aesthetics and garnish purposes. It's not even for like the crunch or like extra calories. It's really for just as aesthetics. I'll put a little bit of drizzle of that on top of there. We got a little bit of blueberry, same thing for aesthetics and crunch. And then we got goji berries for aesthetics and fucking antioxidant superfood, right? Then we'll drizzle a little bit of light maple syrup. By light, I mean it's actually called maple syrup light. So it's only 10 calories per 2 tablespoons, right? Virtually nothing at this point. I think it's like 1 tablespoon. Again, for aesthetics and like some taste, I'll put it on there because you can't really fit too much in there. It's pretty jam-packed, as you guys can tell. We put that in there, and this is like, I think it's like under 300 calories. It might be like exactly at 300 calories with all the garnishes and shit like that calculated in here, but it's like 40 grams of protein, virtually no carbs, right? Because with 10 grams of the pure Elizabeth, it's only like 5 or 4 grams of carbs, and then with the blueberries, nothing, and the goji berries, it's also another 4 or 5, so it's like 10 grams. So all this total is about 1,700 to 1,800 calories, and then when I come home, I'll have another protein shake and a protein bar, which is, let's see if I have any extra. It's gonna be between, I don't have them, but so it's gonna be between this one, clean protein, which you can get at Sam's Club, or my favorite Quest cookie right here. It's another 200, 240 calories, and then like I said, I have a protein shake with it. I either mix the raw protein, which is gonna be this beautiful boy, which you can also get at Sam's Club. I've done a Sam's Club video before, and this is basically also sponsored by Sam's Club. So right here, tub of protein, 120 calories per scoop of protein. So boom, right there. I got, I think that's 20, 25, so that's almost close to another 50 grams. No, sorry, yeah, 45, 50 grams of protein. Right before I go to bed, which is around 7 a.m., I put the eye mask on, and then I'm in bed. I set a timer for like 7 hours to 8 hours of sleep. I try to, with the dogs making noises. It's been really hard, but I definitely average 7 hours of sleep. I track my body battery on my watch, and typically I run between 80% and 75%. So essentially I'm waking up at 75% battery, right? Not ideal, obviously, right? The schedule is not ideal, but I am definitely trying to make it work as much as possible, which is staying active, staying fueled, and then trying to get as much sleep as possible, and then taking my vitamins as well. But yeah, probably in the video I'll show exactly all these calories, the macronutrients, what this is. And like I said, I've been doing this for the last 5-6 days, give or take. Except for obviously, like I say, I call this, damn, just drop that fucking on the floor. One less calorie. This is a bonus meal, like I said. All my lifting days, whether it's my upper body B, my lower bodies, or my second upper body, which is at the end of the week on Friday, I had a bonus meal, which is just basically more carbs, right? Just to fill in the muscles so I don't feel flat, I associate my mental health to a good workout. If I had a really good workout, then I feel good, I feel accomplished, I feel motivated to keep going as far as like eating. Does that sound stupid and retarded? Possibly, but it works for me. If I ran good, if I did this, then I know, okay, guess what? What I'm doing day and night, my sleeping, my eating, it's working because I'm seeing the results in the gym. If I feel like ass in the gym or I feel weak, I know that is kind of part of the process, but I also just feel like, fuck, man, like, what am I doing wrong? And something's got to be going wrong, right? So I'm looking forward to this bonus meal. But yeah, without further ado, let's kick it. What's cracking, guys? We're here in the dark parking lot right now. We are waiting to go in the gym right now. It looks packed. I'm scared. I just hope my workout goes really good today. We'll see. It looks really packed. All the content creators, Fast and the Furious people are out here. And it's 10 p.m. I don't know, like, it's a Monday. It's Monday, literally, so maybe nobody has jobs. When I'm with you.